Recording in progress. The universe is always recording, isn't it? Anyway, happy Tuesday. Yesterday I talked about how the universe is 13.7 billion years old. That's a long time. And it's so long from a mortal perspective, we can't even begin to comprehend that. And so what that means is, it started way long time ago. And then, God, imagine how long it took for the various gases to solidify, and then galaxies, and then supernovas, and then uh, planets that were able to sustain water and oxygen, and then a spark of life randomly, and then that there's a planet where that doesn't burn out, it happens to evolve, and then there are gazillions of creatures and organisms, and then they happen to get lucky and evolve and not be hit by an asteroid. And then life becomes more complex. Something crawls up out of the ocean, that becomes a primate. You get the idea. And then out of all of that, here you are. And out of those 13.7 billion years, it's like you happen to be existing right now. Wow, what a coincidence, right? But my job is, it's so difficult. Woe is me. My job, of course, is to remind you who you are and to tell a different story and a different narrative. And sometimes the stories I tell they're flip and they're kind of crazy and they're nutty, but they're designed to pull the rug out from underneath who we think we are, because who we think we are is so fundamentally shaping of our experience of existence. And if that's the model of reality that we hold on to, and honestly, that's the way most people think, whether they think about it or not, is that, there's all this time, and then here we are, and then there was 13.7 years in the past, and there's going to be 13.7 billion years in the future. But I'm here to say, no, that is not correct. What I'm here to say is that life and consciousness came first. And this whole weird story narrative adventure of time and geology and astronomy and the unfoldment of evolution and all that stuff, that's all a fun drama game playing out within the realm of consciousness, within the realm of life itself. Life has always been and always will be. There's no such thing as a universe without something to observe it. There's no such thing as a universe without something to observe it. There haven't been billions of years of rocks running around, running into each other without something being consciousness. You are that consciousness. You are and always will be. So when you begin to think of yourself as the very self-livingness of this universe, then it changes our perspective of things. We begin to see the whole adventure taking place within the screen of our own consciousness. It's sort of like the movie that plays on the movie screen itself. When the movie is over, the screen is still there. You are consciousness. Always have been, always will be, and always are. Now, with that perspective in mind, with that fundamental, essential remembrance that you are consciousness itself, that the universe is a conscious, alive place, that there's no such thing as non-being. There's no such thing as non-being. You, listening to this, will never not be. You will always be. Given that you will always be, you'll always be involved in a progression, an evolution, an uplift, an expansion, an education, a remembrance, ever magnifying, expanding glory, because, well, that's who you are. So play around with my thought. Every now and then, think of yourself as a small little creature, a little wisp on an insignificant planet that's around for a quadrillionth of a spark of a moment with no real meaning or purpose. And why are you knocking yourself out? What's the point of the PTA and getting your car tuned up in a billion years? Where's your meaning and purpose in that? If, on the other hand, you are an infinite spark of consciousness, endlessly evolving with meaning and purpose and, yes, design, then where do you want to go today? And play with these two versions of yourself and ask yourself deep into your gut and into your heart, which one is true? Which one do you want to be true? And head toward what you want. See you tomorrow.